This is one of the best-selling electric cars in the world, and you have probably never heard of it. Meet the Geely EX2. Now, this car is a massive hit here in China, and it is coming to Europe and will be on sale in the UK before the end of the year. Now, I know very little about it other than the basics, so let's just take a look at it together and see what we can find out. I'm sorry for the strange car park location and also the fact that we're next to a motorway and a railway line, but this is where we've been brought to look at the cars, so we'll work with it. So ignore that bit, Geome. That's what it's called here in China. It will be called the EX2 in Europe and the UK. Now, this was China's best-selling car last year, and I don't just mean electric car, I mean overall car. The number I've been told by Geely is 465,000 of them were sold. Now, I'm going to put that into perspective for you. If you look at VW and all of its range of EVs, it sold around 400,000 EVs globally, which makes that figure insane. I have not been able to verify it, but if that is true, it is quite extraordinary. So yes, it's coming to the UK. We expect it to start at around £20,000, and it's going to be up against a whole range of small rivals that have just arrived. Cars like the Kia EV2, the id.polo, the forthcoming Cupra Raval. Those cars start somewhere in the £22,000 to £25,000. So on price alone, this has the potential to be very disruptive. Okay, design-wise, what do you reckon? I was chatting to the Geely design team and they tell me they are very international. They come from all over the world. Many of them have worked with lots of other global brands and that they're trying to give their cars more of a global feel. I will let you be the judge of how it looks. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What I do have a thought on though is the colour. So it comes in a great range of colours. Just listen to this. This one, I think, is berry pink. There is one driving around here that looks lilac. I suspect it might actually be truffle grey. They've got sea salt blue, basil green, vanilla beige, mousse silver. Kind of like the names. And I really hope that when they bring it to the UK, actually they do keep some of the fun pastel colours and some of those fun names, because we don't really need any more grey and silver cars, do we? Let's face it. They love a horn in Beijing. They absolutely love a horn.
It's not the most distinctive of designs, but I think it's likeable, and bringing those fun colours to the European cars could really lift it.
Now, you might expect something at this price point to feel a bit cost-conscious inside, and actually I think it feels all right. There are plastics around the place, quite a lot of plastics, but there are also really nice soft touch ones as well. There's a good mix here of buttons and switches, which I like. You've got some controls on the steering wheel. You've got your gear selector here, and again, a few physical controls there. The rest is all in the screen. I don't understand any of it, and I can't tell you what kind of spec it gets or what kind of ADAS equipment, but given what we expect from brands like Geely, it will be very well spec'd when it comes to the UK. You've got a small second screen here just in front of you with all your driver information on. There are some interesting looking kind of lines here in the door panels and there on the dashboard that I imagine are going to be illuminated at night. But yeah, I think overall, I'm actually quite impressed with the quality in here. Space is also good. Good headroom. I know I'm not the best demonstration for headroom at 5'4", but I think that's pretty good. It feels roomier in here than, say, something like the Renault 5. It's got a wireless charging pad here. It's got cup holders, of course. I'm not going anywhere without my Yeti full of coffee at the moment, jet lag and all that. And then in here, oh my goodness me, it's got quite a massive bin in there with lots of papers and things in. Really quite big. Yeah, I think this is a really well thought out, spacious, small electric car. I'm so tempted to keep messing this rear seat description up so that I can just stay in here for longer, because it's slightly cooler in here and there's a little waft of air coming from the air vents and the seats are actually quite comfy and, you know, jet lag and all that. is quite comfy. Anyway, it's also quite spacious. I think it's really big. So the seat is set for Manos, who, as you know, is 6'2". Look at this. It's enormous. Manos sat in the back with the driver's seat set for his driving position, and he still had loads of room. There is really good headroom. Quite nice shoulder width as well. It doesn't feel too cramped in here, and it is definitely larger than something like the Renault 5 and, from memory, the forthcoming id.polo. I also there's lots of little details here again, like there were in the front, that look like they might illuminate at night. And if you look really carefully, there's a kind of confetti pattern in the doors. I mean, it does feel like a really nicely put together small EV. The boot is really good, actually. Let me check my notes, because as I said, I know very little about it. It's got 375 litres of boot space, a lot more than the Renault 5, for example, more than a BYD Dolphin. Look, it's not quite class leading, but honestly, it's a really good usable space. As you can see, you've got split folding rear seats. You do have quite a big lip to lift things over, and I don't seem to be able to find any underfloor storage. Maybe I'm missing that. I don't want to take the car to pieces. But come to the front, because it has a massive frunk. It's 75 litres. Don't hold me to that. As I said, facts are hard to get around here, but it's got a suitcase in. And it would probably fit a Ginny in it, but I don't do that anymore since Manos locked me in that time. When it comes to batteries, there is a choice of two. They're fairly modest, a 30 and a 40 kilowatt hour. It should translate to a range of somewhere between 150 to 200 miles. So that means that on the range front, it is going to sit behind rivals like the Renault 5, BYD Dolphin, Kia EV2. It's going to be interesting to see if Geely manages to squeeze perhaps a larger battery into this for European sales.
Charging speeds? Unconfirmed. Geely is still deciding whether to offer it with DC rapid charging as an option or as standard. So this will be a car that sells on affordability, and I wouldn't be surprised if it arrives with slower AC charging as standard and makes DC rapid charging a low-cost optional extra. DC charging here in China does top out at 70 kilowatts, which isn't that impressive, given that most of its rivals offer at least 100.
Now, I can't take it for a drive on public roads. The best I can do today is a few laps around this kind of small handling course. So let's give it a go anyway and see what it feels like behind the wheel. Now, with between 78 and 114 horsepower, it's definitely on the lower end of the performance scale. Most of its European rivals all offer a minimum of 150 horsepower, so it doesn't feel anywhere near as punchy as that. But I guess it's not really the point of this car, is it? It's not trying to be sporty. It's just trying to be practical and spacious, which it is. It's also trying to keep costs down by focusing on simple and usable everyday driving. And yeah, I mean, from what I can tell, it feels fine. As you'd expect, it errs on the side of comfort. A lot of Chinese cars do. The suspension isn't that firm. Steering is very, very light, which is a benefit when you're doing manoeuvres like this. Personally, I like a little bit more feedback from my steering, but it should be easy to drive and easy to park around town. What I can't seem to figure out is if it's got any brake regeneration. I'm lifting off the pedal, and it is not stopping at all. And there doesn't seem to be anything here. Like there's no sort of B mode there on the gear selector. Whether that will change, whether there's something in the infotainment system, which is all in Chinese, that allows you to select that, I'm not sure. But I do hope that it gets brake regeneration when it comes to Europe, because it's something that I think we really like as EV drivers, and all the rivals are increasingly now just getting the lovely flappy paddles. Oh, it doesn't feel that quick. Actually, it does feel quick when it picks up, but it's not got that instant power that you get with a lot of small EVs. It's certainly not going to feel as sporty as something like the Renault 5, for example. But yeah, it's kind of fine from what I can tell here. It's obviously got all the latest ADAS systems. Again, it's all in Chinese. Nobody can tell me exactly what systems it's got. Okay, I'll take it back now. They're waving at me. That's my 2 laps done. Okay, it's all right though. Obviously, we'll drive it more on proper roads at some point. But, you know, does what it needs to do.
You'll be able to try the EX2 for yourself to find out why it's been so popular in China towards the end of the year. There will be some tweaks and changes made to the model on sale here, and the final car will be revealed at the Paris Motor Show in October, with it going on sale soon after. Here in China, a big part of the success is down to the starting price, around £7,500, up to 11, depending on the final spec. That's less than half of what we hope it will start at when it arrives in Europe.
So it might not lead on performance or on range or on charging speeds, but if Geely gets the pricing right, I think this is going to be a really interesting car. So let us know what you think about it. Would you consider it up against cars like the id.polo, the Kia EV2? Drop us a comment, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.